you loved today then, didn't you, when you came through
Yeah, it
and
was
saw
great.
literacy in the lobby?
My kids love the Dr. Seuss stuff. I grew up on it myself.
Yes,
and,
that's right.
So I've got Dr. Seuss books at home now. So it was great to be able to introduce my 5-year-old to it too.
Absolutely.
So nice.
Wow. Chris, thank you so much for being a part today of the Coalition Partnership. I'm going to ask you some questions because the reality is you're the people we need to hear from.
Sure.
And I'm so proud of you, Chris, that you would agree to speak to us because you're a dad.
Right.
And we know how important dads are in the lives of their children.
I'm a single dad as well.
So
I'm
you
two.
understand.
Yeah.
That's not an easy place to be.
It's not.
And I have to tell you candidly, Chris, that we actually did a survey. We were asked to do a survey on how father-friendly our organization actually was. Because we think, well, yeah, we're father-friendly.
Right.
We love father. But, Chris, did you know that I didn't have posters that had dads in them?
Right.
And I didn't have magazines that dads like to read.
Right.
So you get Southern living when you come here.
That's right.
And all of those things I just didn't think. But your perspective is very critical, and we're so grateful that you agreed to talk to us. So the first thing I want to talk about is your experience here at the Coalition.
Everything so far. I mean, when I first signed up, I was introduced to it from my family. I didn't know this even exists in Alabama. I don't think it's available there.
Right.
So being a single dad on one income, it was tough trying to pay $9,000 a year in child care and have to pay all the bills to support the family as well.
Right.
And so coming here and knowing that I could have some kind of support, because I'm not getting my child support either.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another issue. But coming here and have that go from $135 a week child care to $5 a day or $5.30 a day was a tremendous uplifting, because now I could have my own house. Instead of living with family, I got my own house, my own car. I got my own job now. So I was able to be a family now.
Yes.
Instead of having to worry about who I was going to skimp off the bill the next month and who I was going to give $5 here and $10 here. So now we're living well. The burden of money is off the stress, which was very stressful, and then that stress was passed on to my kids.
Yes.
So
Yes.
now that the money burden was uplifted a little bit, my kids see a lot happier dad, and everybody's a lot happier.
That
And
makes a difference.
definitely.
Yep, dad being happy makes a difference with
Yeah.
kids being happy.
Definitely.
So actually somebody shared with you that there was a support, but in Alabama you had not
Right.
had access
I didn't
to
have
this.
any. Yeah, and actually I guess the money criteria there, I was basically making the same as I'm making now, and I couldn't get a food stamps. I couldn't get any state
kind of
help.
support.
I couldn't get anything.
Yeah.
I almost had to take a pay cut just in order to be
See,
able to.
that's not what we
you know,
want to
right,
happen.
you have to take money away
That
to
doesn't
get some
make
help.
sense,
Right.
does it? Doesn't.
So-
While we have to be very accountable because they're taxpayer dollars.
Right.
You're actually working now. Your taxes come to help fund this program. So you're really a bigger part of it
Right.
than you even
Right.
realized. You're helping other dads
Right.
and other moms, about to the tune of 3,000,
Yeah.
Chris, every single day.
Okay.
So there's a lot of folks that just need a little support. And we love it because we don't believe it's a handout. We believe it's just a hand up and a support until you can stand on your
Right.
feet totally, because look what you've already done.
Right.
Now you got into your own home.
Yep.
You're able to pay your bills.
On
You're
time.
on time. Woo, I'm still trying to master
Yeah.
that one. I just forget them.
No phone calls about where the money's coming. and-
That's huge, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
huge when you're trying to be a good parent too.
Right.
Now you also, Chris, you came in on what we've just started. It's called Literacy in the Lobby, and it comes out because of research that says that as much as we've been trying to do that, our children are still coming to school not ready to learn the fundamentals of reading. They don't know the front of the book from the back of the book.
Right.
And so really what we know is that first they have to have a love of reading, which only a parent can pass
Right,
to them.
exactly.
So we thought, well, they're waiting anyway.
Right.
I only have Southern Living magazine out there till I can get
Right,
another
right.
magazine. Perhaps once a month we could highlight a Dr. Seuss or an Eric Carle or some of those childhood books that, as you say, you grew
Yeah,
up
I
with
did.
and you could relate to, but they're still good for your
Oh, yeah, for
5-year-old
sure.
today.
Yep.
So we thought we'd start with, of course, it's Dr. Seuss's birthday.
Right.
He'd be 110 today.
Right.
And he actually wrote The Cat in the Hat, Chris, because in 1954, research by Rand McNally said that children did not have enough vocabulary to learn.
Right.
So they commissioned him to write a book of vocabulary, and that's where we got Dr. Seuss.
Right.
Well, here we are in 2014, and I'm telling you, the same thing. We've not made a lot of headway. But you have something that you're doing that makes all the difference. So share with us.
Well, sometimes, my son, he loves books, and he's actually got a bookshelf in his room now.
See, lots of books. That's important.
And, a lot of the books from my daughter, when, she's 10, so they've been handed down, and then she gets new books.
Family books.
So it just kind of falls back down, and they're all the Dr. Seuss and the, stuff like that. He likes SpongeBob and the Cars,
the cool thing,
the hip stuff, but every night, read it before he goes to bed, read him a couple minutes before he goes to bed. They actually have reading time at school, so they pick out a book and read at school time. The biggest part is my daughter, her being 10. I don't know if she loves being a teacher, if she just likes the
be bossy.
or bossy. But every time they're always playing, she's always reading to him.
How
always.
cool. See, that's the key.
Well, the good thing about it, too, is she has a book it log for her school in 5th grade. So she's getting credit for her 20 minutes of reading, and then it's actually helping him. So I'm killing two birds with one stone.
Smart dad.
So
Smart dad.
It works out for the best. She gets to improve her vocabulary skills, and he gets to learn as well.
Wow.
And they, and they're brother and sister, so it's not so much a 5-year-old and a big dad.
Right.
You're more closer to age. They're kids, so it's a lot easier for him to relate and stuff. So it's been really good.
Very cool. And Chris, the other thing that's happening there is you are actually teaching family.
Right.
Family take care of each other.
Oh, that's right.
See, that's the key. And you can't get any better than that. Now, Chris, you talked about being a single dad,
Yes, ma'am.
which means that all of the responsibilities on finances really does fall to you.
Most definitely.
And so I want to ask you, you did say you are required to pay a parent copay because what the state of Florida believe and what we believe is that everybody has to pay a portion, that this thing isn't free, that somebody's paying for it.
Right.
So tell me how you felt when you were told that you had to pay a parent copay.
Well, I mean, coming from what I was paying, I mean, to me it is free. I mean, it's because I think one of my taxes a year I claimed I added up almost $11,000 between my son's daycare and my daughter's after school program. So being cut down by a ridiculous amount to me is a blessing in itself.
Yes.
So it could have been twice as much. It could have been more than what
And you'd still have left your shop.
I still would have been excited. I mean, I was floored when because I didn't know what to expect when I came here at all. No, I didn't have any research or anything. So when they told me what it was, I was just like, I felt lighter. I felt a big relief off my shoulders that I could actually, take my kids to a movie on the weekend or spend that time where, instead of sitting at home because I can't afford $10 to drive up the street,
It's very real.
So being able to have that extra, I'm not, saying splurging, but just the everyday activities of getting out of the house and being able to spend the $5 in gas to drive to the beach or to take them to the park or whatever, to buy them that Happy Meal on the way there. Just little kid stuff that they remember, being able to do that. So without this, I'd still be living at home. I mean, after the divorce, I moved back in with my parents for a little while, but I'd still be living there,
Family's family. Yep.
I'm grown. I mean, I need to have my own life.
Yes.
Kids need their own life.
You need your independence.
Kids need their own rooms, their own life, their own identity. So this has helped me accomplish all that and then some. So it was a blessing for sure.
Well, none of it could have happened, Chris, if you didn't inside of you want to be a father.
That's true.
There's lots of dads out there, but you wanted to be a father.
Ma'am.
So I want you, because I can't say this, Chris. I can't say this, but you can. I want you to say something to fathers about why it's important to you and that they shouldn't let that opportunity miss them.
Well, I mean, I'm 34 years old, so I've experienced some things. I haven't experienced everything, but to just have a child and not be there for them to tell your son how to play basketball or tell your daughter how to ride a bike or just not to be involved with that it just blows me away because I see it on TV every day. And, it took me, a large amount of money in a couple of years to get custody of my kids, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I'd be broke in a T-shirt if I had to. I love it. It's great, and I think having kids has actually made me a better father. Just keeping your head straight, keeping you grounded, not letting you do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Knowing you got responsibilities at home.
That's
Hey, do I
right.
do this? Oh no, I got 2 kids at home.
That's
So
right.
it kind of keeps you grounded in that aspect, and just waking up every day and seeing their faces and they're glowing at you. Love you, Dad. Love you, Dad. Let's go. Let's do this. That stuff you can't replace that
You
stuff.
can't replace it.
And I've been my family growing up was that way to me, and so it's almost second nature to pass it on.
Yes.
It was.
And now your
you know,
children will be the same
Right.
way.
So I think I was 21 when I had my daughter. So I
Yeah.
was fairly young, inexperienced, of course. But as I get older, I learn a little bit.
Sure, we all do.
Yeah.
I'm
Being
still learning. I'm
being
60
a single dad,
now.
I couldn't cook without a recipe to save my life. But I got tired of eating the same stuff, so I said I better
had to learn how to cook. Huh?
cook.
That's so good.
But it's been a blessing for sure.
Good.
So I would say just take the opportunity and run with it.
Be a dad.
Exactly.
Just be a dad.
Be there for
Be a
them when they
dad.
need them. If they fall off their bike, pick them up, dust them
Yeah.
off, and
Be a
send them
dad.
on. Yeah.
That's right.